Okay, good afternoon, folks. Hope everyone is well. It is the 11th of September. We have had some news this morning, but apart from that, market's pretty much gone sideways since the overnight. We had a couple of legs down, a couple of legs up. We had that bit of news. And I'm just looking at this now, whether this is going to continue up or whether this is going to come down. But we've got yesterday's highs there, so it's kind of bouncing around there, if you like. So be interested to see now whether this starts to come down back into this range. We got no more news today, so we'll see how we get on today. So not a terrible day yesterday. Passed the My Fund in Futures account, so that's live on the NQ today. And I'm trading my 5 PAs on this. This is interesting. Looks like it's coming back into this range. So we've had a break new high. Let's see if we can get a lower high here. Market is due open in about 30 seconds. So I don't know whether it's going to give us one or whether it'll just drop down, but we've already had a break at a new high. So is there a possibility of something larger possible? But not sure at the moment. So market is due open in about 15 seconds or so. Speedy, how you doing, my friend? So channel break, new high. Let's see if we get a lower high here. Okay, market is open. Leg and a leg. I didn't think we'd get one. Sometimes it just drops, which is a shame. So let's have a look at this. So we've got a channel started down anyway, so hopefully we get a little break. May retest this, we'll see. So pretty much ranging, in all fairness. We didn't get a lower high there, which is a shame. Just put that there like that. If we got a lower high here, that would have been lovely, especially after that push in there. I mean, look at that now. Beautiful. So let's keep an eye on this as well. So I've got my one funded futures account here. So is this ranging? It's hard to say at the moment. We've broken above yesterday's high, so this doesn't look as much as a range as this one does. So channel, possibly already a break there. Let me just keep this tight. Touching, finishing tight, possibly a break there. That Thomas Wade hasn't got it as a break. ENQ doesn't look like a break. Obviously, this is a break now. Let's see if we get 2 attempts to push. If we get 2 attempts to push higher, I think this will come down for another leg. So let's just have a look where it could come down to. If we can get around here, that would take it down to this level here, where there is what looks like some support. So, okay, first entry, too far from that EMA, so I was hoping it was going to trigger below there. So I'm going to get an order ready just in case.
Order submitted.
So first entry. Ooh, we need a second go. Come on. See, Thomas Wade's got that fitting. Come on, have another go. Come on, push up, push up, push up, push up. No, it's clearly ranging, see, so I think people are just thinking down here. This is interesting. Second entry long forming on the NQ. This is interesting. Is this going to trigger and come down? 1, 2, 3. Triple test, short. That's interesting. That's a bloody big risk, that is. I'm going to have to sit tight here, unfortunately. It's too big a risk, that, and it's come up there and touched that. I'm going short that far, and we're nearly at the lows already. It's probably going to work, but I'm going to sit tight on that.
Order cancelled.
So we've got a higher low here. Possible failure. I don't want to go long here. Short, if anything.
Order filled.
Okay, I think this is worth a short.
Target filled.
Beautiful. Okay, nice start on that one. $325. I like that. 2 attempts higher, trapping some longs. Yeah, it's just too far from there. So nice short there. That's a good start on my funded futures one. So that was the one I went for. I went for the trap. So that was, where's that gone? Oh, where's that keep disappearing to? So it's plus. I don't know how the point system goes on this, so I'm going to do plus $325 on that one. I don't know how the point system works here. I'll tell you what, let me have a look. So 59, okay, that might be a bit easier. 59 says half a point, which would be 60, so it's 16.25 points. That makes it a bit easier. 16.25 points, so plus 16.25 points. So the beautiful thing is about the 16.5 points. They like you to go for a minimum of 5 points on here. I mean, that wasn't a massive move at all, and I got 16 points off it. I went here, see, this started pushing down. Once it gets below there, this is coming down. Then it is 2 attempts to push higher. I'd have preferred that bit bearish, but after this, 2 pushes up. The ES is looking really bearish, so I thought that was worth a go there. So happy days. So $5 per tick. How many ticks at a point? Is it 4 as normal? Oh, no, must be. $20, 20 NQ each point, $20. Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm not used to trading it, see, so I wouldn't trade it on a load of accounts, but I'm just trading it on this one. Okay, so that leg worked perfect. I don't know if anybody else thought of that. For me, it was we had a matching low, and it was too close to the lows. The trouble is, we had a matching bounce here. It could have triggered that up and come up to here again. We could have had a leg up, a bounce here, and another leg up and then down. So that for me was a bit risky. So I left it, but this looked much better. Definitely not thinking about going long there, 100%. There's a second entry long there which triggered come down. Once it started to get below the EMA, I jumped in here because it was pretty much going to take that out. And once it did that, for me, it was after the lows here. So that was more of a gut feeling, that type of trade. You can see what it's doing anyway, can't you? There you go. So very high ATR this morning. Yeah, well, it has been high lately. It has been a little bit of high, but I think what you've got to do if it is high, I mean, I've got mine set to 12 ticks, which is about the same as the ATR. Usually we go for 2 points. Sorry, the ATR, if it's around about 2, I tend to go for 2 points. It's around about 3, I go for 3 points. But to be honest with you, 3 points is my standard now. I've been through Marco's charts for 4 or 5 weeks in a row, and 3 points is an absolute no-brainer for me. Every time you win a trade, you've gained a point. You could win 3 trades and afford to lose 1. But yeah, it's a no-brainer for me. 3 points now. I like 1-to-1. I think you go for 1-to-1, Brandy. I think some other time, but or do you? I can't remember. Was I talking to Trader Strange? I think he does want to. I don't know. I can't remember. I think some do anyway, but. So nice start on the My Funded Futures one anyway. So, okay, this is interesting. We know there's support there. We put that line there before this came down. And it sits perfectly along there. So I wouldn't be thinking about going short there. It may well come down, but it could trigger that and push up. So I'm just going to sit tight here. What I will say is that looks like a channel with a break. But there is support, so I'm just sitting tight at the moment. 17 ticks that for us. Is it 17 ticks, or is that the one before? Still quite large, isn't it? Yeah, it's $500. I'm not risking $2,500 on that, especially when we got so much support. Depends on context, yeah. Yeah, I mean, if I was trading sort of like a range from here to there, I mean, going for 3 points might not be the smartest solution, but for most of the time, I like 3 points, because every time you win, going up from 2 points is you're up 50% profit. So every time you take 2 trades, effectively, you've done the equivalent of 3 trades. So it is surprising. Look through Marco's charts. I mean, a bad trade isn't going to make 2 points anyway. But if you look through Marco's winning charts, or the charts he puts up there, you'd be amazed how many trades. It's about 90% of trades go for 3 points. So that's 9 out of 10 trades. So you take 9 trades, you're up an extra 9 points. You can afford to lose 3 trades in a row and still be a break even if you took 2. So that's what I'm doing anyway. I don't suggest you necessarily do the same, but you've got to find something that kind of suits you. And that kind of suits me. So touch. Actually, that doesn't look too bad from here. Kind of 2 legs up. I mean, it certainly can come down to here, but the bit that makes me nervous is we got a bounce, 1, 2. There's a bunch of bounces there. 1, 2, 3. We got a little triple bottom there. So taking that short for me is just a bit risky. It could bounce here and go up. Is anyone in Thomas Wade's? No, he didn't take it. Technically double trap. Very weird. So many matching lows. Yeah, exactly what I said. So many matching lows. It is risky going there. But, you know, sometimes it'll work and sometimes it won't. It's kind of the way it is. So for now, I'm going to do that because I like the way that's fitting relatively snug there. And we've had a break, 2 pushes up and down to a new low. So still could make another attempt. Or maybe there is a bigger channel. Now we've had that. There's like a hidden second entry short there. If that breaks and comes lower, then I'll draw a bigger channel. But at the moment, I'm just kind of sitting tight. So nice start on the My Funded Futures. I like that. Let me reload this, see if this looks any better. No, that hasn't changed. But yeah, nice channel down. 1 push up. In fact, it was a lower high there which triggered stopped out, and it often does that, stops it out and comes back down. That is one of those trades I talk about, down and across. That ring any bells? I've mentioned that a few times. I've got caught out there, down and across lower high. I mean, it's not a second entry So, but it is kind of a lower high, but trapping them longs. Once that red bar closed, I was okay. Once this started to go down, for me, that's going to take that stop out. And if it does, it's likely to come down here. And not only that, we know these work in correlation, the ES and the NQ, so this was looking bearish as well. Okay, yes, that did come down. So what I will do now is see if there is a wider channel there. I would say there may be a spike in a channel. Or this may be a push up. It's so hard to say, really. I'm a bit on the fence there. A spike and channel works. Bottoms work. Let's get rid of that. So that does look like a spike and channel, but we've already bounced the third time here. I wouldn't want to take a higher low there because we could have a second entry short. I want it to bounce a third time really before I think this is coming down any further. Because there could be that channel with a break. So technically, one push down, two pushes down. We've already had two pushes down, so this could go either way, really. Yeah, so Thomas Wade still got... I've adjusted it. Thomas Wade still got that as a channel with a break. So we haven't got a higher low anyway. But look at that. It pushes up there and rejects. So this to me is giving me the impression it may continue down. So there's a first entry anyway. It got up close to that here main turn pretty quick. So this is interesting. Touch, 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 touch. I wonder if this may start to push up. Interesting. So we've come down again and pushed strong off there. I still don't want to take that at the moment. This is a bit hit and miss here. Scalped out, taking high low triple test off the bottom of the range. Took that one, did you? Yeah, I'm just not sure at the moment. The stop has held, but I'll be surprised if that doesn't take out anything there. Because it could be a spike in a channel. And that could get taken out. But you've got a couple of points off it, haven't you? Yeah, it's going to. That's gone, that's gone. And now that's gone. That's not a buy-in thing for me. That's the back end of some news anyway, really. I can't see any buyers in there. So that's what I mean. This thing looks like a spike and channel. So Thomas had that as a break and a new low. So he'd have been looking for a higher low here. We didn't get one. So that now is starting to look quite probable. It was enough to keep me out of that or a higher low. But you got out there, Jay, didn't you? So it's just one of those ones, isn't it? Because of this, see, that's what kept me out of... Well, I wouldn't take that anyway. A high low I would have done, but I bought an account, My Fund of Future, yesterday. I asked them about microscalping and Pats, and they did not provide any info. Have you checked? This is okay to go for... I don't go for 2 points, bud. That's why I'm trading on the NQ. You really want to be trading this on the NQ because they really want you to trade 5 points or more. Now, having said that, I did watch a guy on a video that got out for a load of break-evens, so obviously less than that, and he still got paid, which is why I'm trading it on the My Funded on the NQ. So I've taken a normal trade there. In fact, I'll show you. Look what I took there. I took that small move from there to there. That is it. Just a small move. It's the size of an average bar, I think. And I got 16 points. So 3 times what I'm required to get. So you can comfortably trade this. And I've gone for, 16 and a quarter ticks. Sorry, 16 and a quarter points, 65 ticks. So, yeah. Yes, yeah, use it there. So you can trade them both together. I trade this on with Rhythmic, and I trade this one, the My Funded Futures on NQ, with Trade of 8. Yeah, I don't know how strict they are. They say 5 points. Now, whether that's just a guideline or not, but what I don't want to do is trade it on the ES, spend 2 months getting it up to payment level, and them to say, sorry, you're not going for as much. But look how small that move is. It's the size of that bar if you take that top down. In fact, let's put that to there. And pull that down to there. Yeah, that bar there is 16 and a quarter points. So you can comfortably scalp on this. 16 and a quarter points is the size of a bar. The size of a bar here is what? Size that bar is 3 3/3, say. So you can comfortably do that on here. So yeah, I won't worry about it. 16 points is 3 times what I need, and there's no issues with coming out at break even if you need to. You can do that on all traders do that, don't they? So yeah. So yeah, I like my funded futures. I like them. Also, I like that when you start on your PA account, they only allow you to trade one contract. When you get above $1,000, you can trade 2 contracts. In all fairness, I've taken a small move. Here, I'll show you. There's my profit there. $325. I've taken that tiny move, the size of 1 bar, and on 1 contract, that's made me $325. So you don't need to trade any more than that, in all fairness. 1's enough. If you can take 1 trade and make $325 with the movement of 1 bar, it's plenty anyway. And I like that. And when you're on evaluation as well, if you lose 1,200 in a day, they close your trading down for the day until the following day. So it stops you blowing it in 1 day. So there's a lot of features I really like on it. So Apex is my main choice, and I'd say followed secondly by My Funded Futures. I like them at the moment. I am going to try a couple of others. Bullanox I'd like to give a go. I'd just like to try a few others, so just in case anything ever happens in the future, any companies go down or change rules that I'm not happy with. It's nice to have the option to move. So I'm in the middle of building a website at the moment. It's quite challenging, actually, but quite fun. I was up till 2 o'clock in the morning doing it last night, and I'm going to try and put everything on there. The indicators that I'm using, because occasionally I get messages about the indicators that hook onto the end of the price line. I'll put those indicators there. The indicator for this number here, and any other little bits and pieces in there. And obviously, about Apex and the others. But yeah, it's quite challenging, actually. I've never done it before. I did about 10 or 15 years ago, I did a web design course with my wife at college, just, a few evenings, just because we'd never done anything like that before. And it was a lot more difficult then. You just design the thing now, and I use something called Squarespace, and it's a great bit of software. It just, it's great if you want to get going quick. So this thing now, excuse me. Yeah, Thomas Way's just put this up now, so he's obviously looking at this now. Let's say just now, 5 minutes ago. Someone else, he's done that slightly different. Advanced. Is that a video? Interesting. So I'd say, yeah, someone else has done it from there, but this fits nice. It's only this one that comes away just a fraction. We've got yesterday's lows down here. So really, I think at the moment it is kind of ranging, isn't it? Well, we've come down a little bit, but yesterday it was a bit more the range. Sorry, yesterday it kind of ranges. So you don't know whether we're going to come down here, bounce, and then head back up to the tops. So straight lines tattoo, how you doing, bud? Did you say when you move to a PA you are allowed to trade only one contract? Yes, on my funded futures, it's like a scaling room. So you're allowed to trade one contract between $0 and $1,000, and when you get above $1,000, you can trade two. In all honesty, mate, you don't need to be trading any more than one. As I mentioned, I've traded one contract here and just gone for a very small move, and I've made $325, as you can see there. So that's perfect, really. One contract, because you're trading on the NQ as well, you'll get a bit more movement out the NQ. So, I mean, I'll show you again if you didn't see it. It's just a tiny movement I've just taken from there to there, 16.25 points. That's it. So it's a small move, that is. That is typically what you would get, what you would take on here, but obviously there's everything's a little bit more compressed here, but 16.25 points. You've got to trade ideally 5 points and up trading my funded futures. They don't want what they call micro scalping. So I would say they probably consider 2 points, quite probably micro scalping on the ES. But they also have a time as well. They like, ideally to keep it above sort of like 15 seconds, something like that. But you do that on both these charts, really, anyway. But yeah, I mean, the important bit is ideally above 5. So, but mate, one is enough. One contract is enough. I wouldn't want to trade any more than that on this. So let's have a little look at this. So possible second entry short here. In fact, we've actually got one on this other channel. There's something I don't like about this. I'll show you. We're coming away from this, so we may get a more substantial break there. And I'll tell you what else we could get as well. Possibly a little bit of some sideways, so I don't really want to get into a trade here. It's coming away from here, so it may get up here and test the underside of this, or it may just keep pushing down. But I mean, we're at the bottom of the channel, bottom of the channel. We're coming away a bit, which tells me we're losing a bit of momentum, and we're coming away even further, which tells me we're struggling to get down at the moment. So we may need a little bit more of a pullback. Depends how strong the market is, but that's interesting. There's a trade there, but I'm just sitting tight at the minute because there's something about this I don't like. It's only really well, technically there's your first entry. It is a second entry, but I don't like it. It's a bit of a doji. It is working, I think, but that's fine. I got no problem with leaving that, but it's getting a little bit stacked up there, so that just means for me it's just a little bit risky. Won't be anything less than 4 ticks on the ES. Well, I don't know, because a couple of people have asked the question, and I saw in one email they said above 5 points. So it depends. You can't. It's hard to compare the ES with the NQ, because you can go for the same move and it's only 2 points, but it could be 10 points on the NQ. So I think it's a case of I don't want to try it and then see if they turn me down. So But it's okay, actually. I don't mind because I've been wanting a little taste of trading the NQ because it is these points. I haven't got my head around them yet. I understand how this works. I don't really need to think about this. I've been trading this for over 3 years, so I pretty much know how. I can look at bar and tell you roughly where we are and what the risk is, but on here, it's a little bit different. So I kind of like I'm only trading one account on here, and it's, it's okay. So let's have a look at this. We're still losing a bit of momentum there, unless this thing's going down at another angle. I'm not sure yet. Yeah, see, this is making me nervous, looking like sometimes it can go like that and come up, maybe break above this, take out any stops, possibly retest this. Yeah, I don't know whether I'd want to have a go with 2 points. I mean, if anything, I would say, look, I would email them and just say, look, I tend to trade the ES and I go for around about 2 points, which in comparison is about X amount of points on the NQ. I'm pretty sure when they said 5 points, I think they were talking about the NQ, but I'd still like to just clarify it before I'd start trading it personally. Because they changed all these rules, didn't they, a while back? So I'd want clarification, because if they say no and you've built up $3,000 in there, you're kind of screwed a bit. Okay, so we're working down here nice. A little bit of lack of momentum, which created a break. 1, 2 pushes down to a new low. We're getting close to yesterday's lows here, so I did email them regarding the ES. They won't answer. They just gave me a link regarding. I'll tell you what you can do, bud. Here, I'll show you. There is a Discord here. My Funny Futures Discord. Go in there and ask. Can I? Why can I not type anything? Is this up and working at the moment? Oh, tell a lie. I don't. Yes. My Funny. Let's move this over a bit. My Funny Futures questions. Let's just put that. See what I get there. They may just send me to something else. They're usually pretty quick here. What I like about them as well is if you go onto the website and your desktop, you can they usually do, actually, because there's a moderator there. They're usually pretty quick. I've asked questions before. I like the fact that you can have a live chat with support there and then. I like that. When I messaged Apex about my affiliate code going down, I had to message him back after 5 days because I'd heard nothing. I spoke to Charlie Baker and he said that they should only be taking 24, 48 hours. He said email me again, so I did. But you just don't know. See if they're really busy. You don't know. But it is useful to have this on there. So if you've got any issues and you want a quick question, but I hope they don't just. It's a simple question, straightforward. Can I go for 2 points? It doesn't get any more simple than that. Okay, that's for somebody else. Come on, answer mine. I'll put it again. If I get no luck, I'll answer it. I'll put it again. I'll wait for it to disappear out of sight. So I'll drag it up the top. If I get an answer, I'll let you know, bud. Oh, shoot. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll shove it on here for a minute. I'm looking at the yes anyway at the moment. Why can't I shut that down? Oh, let's put that there a minute. Where's my question there? See if they get back to me. If they don't, I'll post it again. So, is this thing going down or what? Okay, it's going to go out of sight in a minute. Let's just post it again, see if anybody gets back to me. Okay, so channel break, 2 pushes down to a new low. Now we've come down very close to yesterday's lows. Let's see what happens here, because we've had quite a move there this morning. So 60 points near enough. Let's have a look. Nothing as yet. They might be sick. They might be sick of answering that question. There we go. Yes, you can trade for 2 points on the ES. There you go, mate. That's what you wanted to hear. Let's bring it onto the big chart. Here we go. Yes, you can trade for 2 point profit on the ES. That's good news. I'm glad we've finally got some decent clarification. As long as your trade strategy aligns with the rules and guidelines, that's fine. You can go for 2 points. That's good news, mate. So it's useful having this, and they're very polite as well. Very polite. Can I answer and reply? Beautiful. Will they let me reply? No. Why can't I not reply? Okay. Perhaps they don't allow replies. So, yes, you can. There we go. And in fact, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. Capture image. I'll take a screenshot of that. So, there it is, isn't it? Beautiful. So, if you have any issues in the future, let's save that. Save image as. Save. Beautiful. Okay, so I've saved that just in case. Well, you never know, anybody else will ask for a start. So that's good news. So you can trade it. I'll be surprised. I wouldn't consider 2 points as a micro scalp. When they've been talking about micro scalps, they were talking in lines of ticks. A few ticks here or ticks there, which I would consider more micro scalping. But there you go. It's hard to say, really, isn't it? I kind of like trading just this one account on the... because you can only trade one contract in here anyway, so it gives me a taste of this, so I'm all right with that. But yes, you can, is the answer. This is still fitting nice. Second entry short. See if we get a lower high here. That's fitting lovely there.
Order submitted.
Lag and lag. Off the top of here. Lower high, but it's a doji. It's off that key entry point, that one is. Shame there. I'll have had a go at that. Channel break, new high, big bearish bar. Right off the top of that. It's fitting lovely there. Touch, 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 touch. See if we get a failure. I'd like that to be a bullish bar to trigger. Okay, second entry long. Let's see if this triggers. As long as it doesn't take out anything there.
Order filled.
Okay, I like that. It's fitting really nice there. Big bearish bar there. Nice failure. Trapping the longs. That should be okay. I don't know whether I go for that many points. I'd rather just take out that possible trap there, which is a quick 200 points. Sorry, $200. Come on, take that out. You know you want to. Something I don't like about this now. Should take that stop out. Come on.
Target filled.
Beautiful. So this is working nicely there. So nice failure there. Another $200 odd, whatever it was. So what did I get? 325s, 425, 525, 525. So 225 point wise. Let's have a look. Oh, sorry, it should say, shouldn't it? 62.72. So 10.25 points. Beautiful. Fail second entry long. So plus 10.25 points. Excellent. So this is working really well at the moment. I really like that. It's clearly working on this kit. We've got a touch, working really nice. The bottom's working nice. We're getting that full push down to the bottom. You got a leg up there with a break, new high, big bearish bar, lower high there, and then a failure. Second entry long, big bullish bar, triggered, came down. I just wanted to get below there. Just, you know, price tends to just go for these areas of liquidity. There was clearly going to be some below there. How far it was going to go down, I don't know, but I had it a tick below there. I figured when it broke below there, it would pick me up, pick me profit. So nice start. So $520 up, taking away commissions on this account. So nice start. This is a little bit more unclear. Okay, this is interesting. So I'm going to pull this down to there. I kind of like the way this is working in that top tier. We've had the little drop out the bottom and then back in, drop out the bottom and then back in, drop out the bottom and then back in. I like that. It's a nice looking two-tiered channel there. I like that. I like the fact that it's working lovely there, and here. We've had a drop out, strong push back in, drop out, strong push back in, straight up to the top and down again. So we've broken yesterday's lows. So I can get rid of that now. So are we going to bounce somewhere here? What I like about My Funded Futures is you can get a payout after 5 days. As long as you've had a minimum of a couple of $100 a day, you can withdraw and you can get a quick payment as well within a couple of days. There's no time frame on payments. You can apply for a payment anytime you like, and I believe it's approved within, well, it's paid within 2 days. I spoke to a guy, it says he put an order in for a payment. From the time he put the order in to the time it was in his bank was 2 days. He was in the US though, so I don't know what the pay system is. If you're sort of, European. But I believe you can be paid via PayPal. I'd like to not be paid by PayPal because they take a cut. I'm not sure what percentage they take, but there are probably other methods. So I'm going to have to really look into it and try and find out. But so that channel is fitting lovely there. So the NQ is really clear today. Nice strong channel. We had a break, new high, and then a reversal. We had a nice short here. And a nice failure there. So this is a really nice fitting channel considering how far we've come down. So that now to me is an overshoot. You may even say we've had one there and another one here, but I'm willing to give that the benefit of the doubt just because I like how it's fitting around that midline. Dropped out, pulled in, dropped out, pulled in. So it's hard to know what's going on now. Well, so far this NQ has been really good to me. How many acts can you trade with My Funded Futures? That's a good question. I think 5. Let me have a check. Just give me a sec, Jay. I'll find out for you, bud. Excuse me a sec. How long was I talking for before I realised? Sorry, my daughter just popped in the room. What was I talking about? Did you hear how many accounts? So well, I don't know whether you heard it or not, but you can trade up to 3 PA accounts. So yeah, $80 if you use my code. No, $80 if you use my code, takes it down to $76. That is all you pay. There's no fee. 3, yeah. There's no fee to go on to a PA account. So the maximum you pay for the eval and then to move on to a PA fee is $76. I think that's brilliant. So it's quite a bit cheaper. And you can reset it as well. No, they stopped you resetting them. That's what it was. I went to reset one a couple of days ago, and you can't reset them now. But I don't think it really matters. But $76, yeah. I have got a code, but that'll just get you the 5% off. But I have got a link in the description. If you follow that, that will take it, and that will give me I will get a commission. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but they will give me a little commission for that, which helps me out. And then put the code in. But yeah, just keep it in mind. You don't click the wrong button. I'm going to show you it now because there is a. Hold on a minute. You can have a. I don't understand why they do this, but let's have a look. So there's these. So for some reason, and I don't quite know why, there is a starter and an expert. So if you look at the starter, let's just move this over. If you look at the starter, it's $80, $3,000 profit, 3 contracts, daily loss limit, exactly the same, drawdown. If you go on to the expert, it's double the price. You've got to get an extra $1,000 more profit. It doesn't make any sense. So just make sure you click on the starter one if you do have a go. So that's interesting. So yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Why would you pay more money and have a harder to pass? Odd. Okay, so we've got a channel break. There is a lower high. I got another ES chart here. There is a lower high here, but I'm not sure about this. I'm just gonna have to sit tight here. See, we had a channel up there and it just came down anyway, but I don't want to just assume it's going to come down. I mean, you could technically say we've had a break in a new high in that one bar, but really, yeah, I suppose we have. But I just want to be careful here because a little bit of support there, so we could have a leg. We could break up here a little bit. Wow, there's a failure there. Is that good or bad? Something about this I don't like. It hasn't triggered anyway, so the thing is, Thomas Wade's, he's got 2 channels now, so we could have a bit of an overshoot here. So we've got to be careful here. The initial channel, let's put it back to where the initial channel was. Initial channel was there, which fits okay. So now there is a possible overshoot. Mind you, did this the other day. And I went long, if you remember, and got stuffed. But I'm just staying out of this unless we get a failed breakout, because that to me looks like is a little bit of arranged, a little bit of sideways stuff starting there. Now it may come down, but it may not. Let's leave it like that. It's clearly stacking up a bit. So I'd best just to sit tight here a minute. It has broken below all this, but it doesn't seem to be in a hurry to come down. So I have a feeling this is going to push up and take out anything there. We'll see. I'm just going to take a quick bathroom break. I'll be a quick minute. It is coming down, but in all fairness, it's just... There's nothing really to enter there that looks attractive. Yeah. I've got no setup here. I have got a failure there, but I just don't like that. It's stacked. Push up like that. It could drop down, flush up. We could kind of have a leg and a leg. So it's not ideal at the moment. You haven't taken a trade yet. Yeah, sometimes though, when you have these days like this, sometimes you'll there'll just be not a lot. I think that's why a lot of people, well, I used to, sometimes I used to see this move and think, I'm going to miss out here, I've got to get in somewhere. I jump in and the market just has an uncanny way of knowing how to take out weak positions. So we kind of know it's going down here once we get below here, but yeah, there's just no entry. There's nothing there, nothing there, nothing here really. You can't take that because it may trigger you and come up to the top. You can't take anything there because, well, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. I mean, there's technically a failure, but you're not trapping any longs there, so I can't see any longs being in there, so there's no reason that would go up. But you just can't get in. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Yeah, there is. Yeah, I've had it a couple of different ways. I went initially like that, and I kind of liked that because it was working in this tier. We dropped in a couple of times, but pulled straight back up, and then we dropped down into it for a while, and then we're through it. But it's somewhere around about there. But yeah, that's the trouble, really. If you take a short here, you don't know whether there may be a possibility of a break already, and then now this thing's going to have another leg up. So I suppose you have to just let it continue down, and then hopefully we get something. So Thomas Way's got it like that at the moment, which I think is similar to me. He doesn't use a trend with a midline. But if you look with the midline, that's the same as I've got it. He's got it the same way. You can see the midline there. see, initially I had that one and then drew a slightly bigger one. I wasn't a fan of the big one. I put it on there, but the thing of the big one is it's missing a load of this, so that just didn't make a lot of sense to me. I mean, it may be, but I suppose it's important that it visually looks okay, and that visually looks better to me. So, I mean, there could have been an overshoot there, and it could have broke, but it continued down a bit and then down a bit more. So I suppose at the moment it's still looking for shorts. But we're around about this centre again, seem to be struggling, so we may get a break. I just don't know at the moment. You took the second entry long, did you? Well, that one there. Yeah, you got to be careful then, mate. You should know better there. You see me do one the other day and I got stuffed. It's very easy to kind of forget about this. Excuse me a sec. What was I saying? Oh, second entry short. Yeah, okay, I got you. You're not about that one, are you? That one's going to get stopped out, I think. In fact, it already has done, just by a tick. A leg and a leg. My only slight concern here is, mind you, it's been working in this top tier, then it dropped, and then it's pushed up, so it may work, that. Second entry short may work. Much better than smaller signal bar. Scarp back for 2 points early. All right, good on you, mate. Leg down, kind of 2 points up. I'm not sure about this, though. I'm not sure whether we're losing a bit of momentum. Well, there you go. There's the answer. I did, mate. Yeah, I'll do it again for you. See if it makes a difference. There you go. Don't know if that made any difference. Do you know what? Actually, that looks better now I've done that. Now that's you got a leg and a leg up and a bearish bar there. If we get a lower high here, that may interest me. That kind of looks better. This is a small signal bar. Yeah, I got you. It's fitting nice there. We've got a leg and a leg up. I'd rather get a lower high though than just take that. Which we don't get. I'm not sure what's going on with this NQ. That kind of looks like a two-tiered channel, doesn't it? In fact, it's kind of similar really now. Now I've dropped that down, it kind of similar. They look a lot similar now. Yeah. Gonna get a lower high here, nothing else I can do, unfortunately. There was two legs up to this, but I'm just not sure about that. Lower high would be the safer bet. just incidentally, this Apex offer finishes. I thought it was a few more days. I had to change my date. I had it as the 15th or 13th. Finishes midnight tonight, so just keep that in mind. I hope they extend it. They are starting to do that more and more, but no guarantees. My UKFT code is working now, so if you use it or you have used it, I do appreciate it. But yeah, midnight's 14 hours away, so I'm assuming it's midnight tonight Eastern time. So are we struggling to get down a little bit now? I was looking for lower high here. Fortunately, nothing. I was hoping we were going to trap one of these slightly more bullish bars, but nothing. There is a lower high there, but it's gone a little bit too far down there. That doesn't interest me. We're at the lows. Well, we are finding a bit of support along here, so it could go sideways, maybe, or it may just continue down. Who knows? Oh, that one there. Gotcha. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay, I see that. Yeah. It's a bit, I mean, for me, it's a bit far from that EMA. I generally wouldn't take that. But that's what I mean. Trading's just it's so variable. There's so much depends on the individual. You know, that might work 8 times out of 10, so it might still be worth trading. I'd rather try and get 9.5 out of 10 or 9 out of 10 because I still don't like taking losses. But if you're playing the numbers game, you may take them all day long. How are you able to trade my funded futures and Apex together? Well, to be honest with you, up until a few weeks ago, I was unaware you could do it. But I don't know about UTEP, but I'm trading Apex through Rhythmic, and I'm trading this through Tradeovate. So if I drag my let's have a look. I'll show you. If I drag this in and click on connections, you can see I've got my funded futures connected and Apex for Rhythmic at the same time. So as long as you're trading one on Rhythmic and one on Tradeovate, you can do them at the same time. I was unaware myself, to be fair, but yes, you can. And now you can have multiple Tradeovate. I believe you can, yeah, with Marines Trader 2. So up until a few weeks ago, I was only aware that you could trade more, different companies on Quantown, but no. So I just found out this morning as well, you can trade for 2 points on because they say no micro scalping, but apparently you can. We've heard it from the horse's mouth. We've gone in and we've gone into my funded futures. Let's have a look. Oh, it's still here. We've gone into my funded futures and we've heard from Dave, the moderator. Yes, you can trade for 2 point profit on the ES. So that's good news. So all in $76 as well. That includes the PA fee. So I kind of like that. If you do use it, I've got a link in the description. If you follow that, I will get a commission. But also put the code UKFT in when you come to pay, and that'll knock you. It goes down then from 80 to 76, I think. But there's no PA fee. You move straight onto a PA if you pass. There's no more fees to pay. So I'm hoping that other companies start to do that. In fact, I'm hoping other companies go more towards fast track trading where you can go straight onto a PA account. I kind of think now the evaluation is it's kind of a money-making scheme, isn't it? Rather than, because they used to say, we put you on an evaluation just to see how you trade and just to judge how you trade. Well, we know even loads of people out there now trade the news and they just catch it in one move. Most people trade them aggressively because they want to get onto the PA. So, saying the evaluation is there to evaluate how you trade is basically a load of crap now. We know most people trade. Some people trade them the same. And I'd say, $76. That's it, yeah. You don't pay any additional PA fee. That's all included. I think that's good. But yeah, make sure, I'll show you again if you didn't know, make sure, because there is two options. Don't ask me why, maybe you can figure this out, but this makes no sense to me. So if you click Start Challenge, and you've got two options there. Sorry, let me just move that up a bit. Starter and Expert. Okay, so let's say Starter. Cost you $80, you can get an extra $4 off. $3,000 target, which is standard. 3 contracts, that's a max you can use, so that's more sensible. Daily loss before it stops you for the day, and then you can max drawdown, same as Apex, end of day drawdown as opposed to trailing. So you can drop a trade in down here and let it run up here. If it comes down, takes you out for break even, it doesn't affect your drawdown. So that is standard. $3,000 profit target, $2,000 drawdown, $80. If you go on to the Expert, you pay more than double the price. Your profit target is higher, and your drawdown's lower. Does that make any sense to you at all? Yeah, you can trade more contracts, but what's the point? You're going to need more contracts. That makes no sense to me whatsoever. So just if you do take this up, just make sure you put the starter in there. If you click choose, and then obviously Trade of 8. Ninja Trader, and then when you go through it, just pop you pop my code in there next to where it says below where it says payment, or above it, UKFT capitals. It'll just take it down from 80 to 76. How many accounts can you have with them? At the moment, 3. You can have as many evaluations, but only 3 go on to PA at the moment. So this thing looks like it may just continue down. So how much have we come down? So were we expecting this or what? I'm just going to quickly have a look on the daily. Okay, let's have a quick gander at the daily. So obviously we had that massive push up, didn't we? Then we had a break, 2 pushes up, or 3 pushes up to new all-time highs. We had that couple of legs back, big drop, big strong push up, little bit of sideways. Did it trigger? Yeah, it triggered on that bullish and it's come right down. That's a fair move, that is. So where's it targeting? Quite possibly here. If you're going to buy here to push up, obviously depends on how you trade. I'm assuming your stop will be down there somewhere, which is below 400. Actually, this is quite a bit below 400. Let's have a look. So that's where your stop is. So 350, 400. So let's say take 10 off there. So it's about 390. So we're here at the moment. So we could come down another, say, 20 points to possibly take that stop out. 20 points. So another 20 points more from the low, which could potentially take us down to, we say 20, didn't we? About possibly here. So if we're going to stop that big bar out on the daily, we can expect to get down somewhere around about here. So whether we do it now or whether we have a break and eventually push down, who knows? But that, it's likely going to come down here. You can see it targeting, it's triggered that bar there. So if you're going to buy that thinking we're now going to push up and I don't know, you got any stops below there, that's where it is on that that line. So that's an area of interest. I don't know whether it will or not, but it could target that area. So it's still kind of daisy chaining down. If I use your code, I get 3 in. If I use your code and get 3 in the future, good for diversity. Yeah. Just incidentally, the code will get you an extra $4 off. If you use the link in the description below, in the video you're looking at, the description, there's a link there. If you follow that link, that will get me a commission. I think I get about 10% commission. So it doesn't cost you anything more, but it just helps support me. It helps keep me having to go to work full time, or to go to work and trade full time. So it doesn't cost you anything more. But it's to get the commission. To get the commission. It's through the link, but you don't have to. But yeah, if you use UKFT, that'll take it down from 80 to 76, and that's all you pay. There's no PA fee after that. Let's have a look. It does almost say, I think you mentioned this in the past stream, all of their accounts are straight to PA. The only one that does that, but I'm just thinking what you're thinking about. Yeah, you go from evaluation to PA on My Fund of Futures without paying anything extra. It's all a one-in payment. The only one where you go straight on to PA is Fast Track Trading. But it's a bit expensive, I think. I think it's like $400, which is a lot. Is it $400? Already a big bearish on the daily. Yeah, oversold territory now. Interesting to see. Yeah, there is a second entry short here. A slight concern with that is it starting to go a little bit sideways, so I'm just sitting tight here. Yeah, the only one is Fast Track Trading that goes on to straight onto PA, but it's $400. You can get like five My Funded Futures accounts for that. So I think that's a bit expensive. But also, My Funded Futures now, if you're on a PA, you can pay $400 and reset a PA, but still doesn't make much sense to me. It's a lot of money. I did that once about, 2 years ago with, I think it was it UProfit. I paid $500 to reset account. It was the first ever PA account I got, and I paid $500 to reset it. Mad. Nah, it's just not worth it. It's just too much. The answer you got from My Fund of Futures regard 2 points. They also started as long as your trading strategy aligns with the rules and the guidelines set by. Yeah, so rules being I think standard rules that they all do. I think the main thing is if you're trading and you're going for 2 points, I think that's okay. As long as you do, follow the rest of the rules. But yeah, just check what the rest of the rules are. Rules being minimum of 5 days for a payout, blah, blah, blah. I think they're all part of the rules. So I think he might just been reiterating. I definitely check the rules anyway. Oh, what's going on here? 1, 2, 3. Is this a triple test? Ooh. There's a triple test there.
Order submitted.
Let's see how this finishes. Not sure about this. Let's see what happens if it breaks it. There's going to be stops there and there, but I don't know whether this is losing momentum. No,
Order
there's
cancelled.
something about I like about this. It's a little bit stacking sideways. It kind of is a triple test, but it's just not looking like it's even attempting to come down. So for me, I'm just leaving it at the moment. There's nothing I'd take down here on the NQ. The NQ is running tight along the bottom of this channel, which means it could push up. And if the NQ pushes up around about the middle, this likely will as well, or at least push up. Yeah, this thing isn't just... it's just too risky thinking about... taking. I mean, that never triggered anyway, so maybe we have a leg, maybe we push up a little bit, take out any possible shorts there. I'm not sure whether this is losing a little bit of momentum. Trouble is, I've got into these trades before. It triggers you and stops you out. While it's going like this, I mean, as far as I'm still, we're still bearish, but when it's going sideways, congestion, there's uncertainty. So the chance of it going in your favour reduces. So best thing to do is just to sit tight there. If it gets below there and there, it's game over anyway. It'll come down a bit more, but you just can't take that, in my opinion. It's just too risky. Short of the triple test off the key entry point. Yeah, I have a feeling this is going to pop up and take out all this. It's sideways, so it's riskier. Yeah, there you go, see. So you took that triple test there, did you? 1, 2, 3, or that one? So that's the problem, really. When it starts to go like this, it reduces the risk. So if you took it there, you'd have got a 1.5 out of there at a push. But when it's like this, it's just not worth it. Got to look. Yeah, but my experience is when it's sideways like this, even if it's bearish, just stay out of it. Thomas Ways took it and got stopped out. Or as he took it. That looks like his chart. Yeah, Thomas's took. Which one did he take? That one there. And he's just been stopped out. Yeah, it's just too risky. I thought he might have hit it, but it hasn't. It's come down from here. That's where he took it. And it's come down, bounced off his order, and it's starting to go back up. Well, obviously, we know it broke up, so he lost his trade there. I'm surprised he took that, actually. It's super stacked. But it just goes to show you, doesn't it? Look at that. That's frustrating. It comes down, literally bounces off your order and pushes up, and obviously the rest is history. So yeah, he took, I think it was either that one or that one, but I think it was this one. But yeah, it came down, bounced off his order, went up and stopped him out. So it's stacking up, and it's also going, I don't know, it's losing a bit of momentum to me. Yeah, he just said, yeah, look. Bounced off his order and then stopped him. Yeah, I'm surprised he took that. He did say way too aggressive himself, but sometimes we do take trades. When you got to make really quick decisions amongst emotions, it's really easy to take the wrong one. This may come down, but I'm still not ready. If we've had such a big push down as this, we're going to get way more than a little break and a push down to a new low. I'd expect way more of a break. In fact, that may even be there may be something sideways. I don't know. I'm just not ready to go short now. It's just often works sideways to a trend line. That other big push up. Yeah, see, sometimes it'll work, but that is just a little bit, it's asking for trouble there. Because you can have shorts below there, sorry, short stops there, short stops there, short stops there. It's so easy to pick off that liquidity with just a little push and it's out. And it took out that one as well. You know, whether you had an order in here and you put your stop behind there to give you a bit more protection, but it's taken that one as well. So, and that would have been a mistake as well. But you think sideways, push out, fail breakout. Push down, take out stops here, but it's losing momentum. It just looks, I don't know, it just doesn't look like it's ready to go down again just yet. Not only that, on this NQ, we're hugging the bottom of this line here. So I would not expect this to come down. I'd only expect this to go up. So if this goes up, as it did, so did this one. You took the higher low 4 points. Higher low, yeah. I think that's quite a smart trade, actually. The way that's pushing up, chances are it's going to break above there. What did you get? 4 points. Chances are it's going to break above there. With such a big, strong downtrend, you rarely see a small break like that come straight down. Just a couple of bars, 2-3 bars, and then down. It usually as a bit more of a break, maybe another one. Sometimes it'll go sideways and eventually it'll work, but it rarely has a small break and push down. So, yeah, I'd say that trade's probably safe. But, yeah, it's quite a smart little trade, that. I wouldn't take it myself because I have this don't counter trend trade, and then I had a Swift extra lesson on Friday, if you remember, because I counter trend traded on an overshoot, so I just tend to be a little bit extra cautious at the moment. But yeah, it's clearly struggling there, so it makes sense that we see a break. Possible lower high there. Would you take that? Or would we have a leg and then a leg? I'm still not ready to take that, to be honest with you. It's 15 ticks. It ain't finished yet. I'd expect just more than that, to be honest with you. It's not much of a break just to come straight down. It hasn't worked anyway, hasn't triggered, so... there is a lower high there. I'm just not ready to take that at the moment. It's a bit sideways there. It's sitting on top of that line, so we could have another leg up. It could trigger that and have a second entry long to push up, or it could just come down. Yeah, but I think it's risky to go short just at the moment. That's my feelings anyway. This is the last day of the off, perhaps another 90% off. Do you know, I don't think they'll do the 90% again, and I'll tell you why. Whenever they have 90%, think about this, whenever they have 90%, we have rhythmic problems because so many people take them and they're taking new, so they're taking loads and loads. And if you remember the last one we had massive rhythmic issues. So unless they've updated something, I can't see another 90, but it would be nice. The last couple of times we've had the 90% off, they sell way more, and rhythmic seems to go nuts. I suggest, well, we had a conversation about this a while. I don't know why they don't say buy 3, get 1 free, or buy 2, get 1 free. Do something like that. I don't know about the US guys, but that's a common thing in our shops and supermarkets and that over here. You know, buy two, get the third free, something like that. I don't know whether it's something you guys see a bit, but we get that all over the time here. Buy two, get one free, or buy three, get one free. I'm surprised I've never done anything like that. For some reason, I thought this 80% off was going to go for a few more days. I had it down as the 13th, I think, 12th or 13th. I had to change it to the 19th. Still not ready to go short just yet. We have had a channel with a break. And a new high, but I'd expect a little more than that as a break after such a strong move down. I mean, that's a fair old move, that, isn't it? I still think there's a good chance we'll get down to this line because of on the daily, that stops out the big bullish bar on the daily. But we've come down, well, just 3 3/4 points shy of a 100-point move. I've learned to give this time. Excuse me. See, it really depends how you've got this channel. There's always a possibility. There may have been a break. Depends how you've got your channel. If you've got it something like this. Got it something like that. Wrong one. If you've got, get lost. If you've got it something like that, from here or from the top of there, there is a possibility. It's fitting real nice there. We've had a little break. And this could be the reversal or a reversal. It's not the clearest of channels, this. We can obviously see it's going down. There's no argument there. I actually kind of like that. I don't think that looks too bad, but that shows us as not having a break apart from the one we're in there. Looks like a larger channel up. Possibly, yeah. I was giving it a little bit of space to sort of see if it wanted to maybe bounce off here somewhere, because I'd still like to see it out of a new low, but we could have had a break. I mean, we could give it 50%, which would be right up here, but we could give it a bit more, but I'll be surprised if it goes that far before coming down some more, so... yeah, that looks okay. Let's get... So areas of liquidity, possibly there. See, there's always the possibility we start to range. It kind of wouldn't look too bad with this. It's a bit early yet, but it's possible. So that's been a good start for the day on the My Funny Future. So me, I'm up 5.30 from 2 trades. So that's a good day for me, that. Nice start to a new account. That's a nice amount for 2 trades there. I like that. Lovely failure there. I like that as well, although it wasn't the most fantastic looking bar, and I didn't get in that trade. After this, there's probably traders thinking maybe this is a wider. I dare say, without a doubt, there's going to be traders looking at something like that and thinking this is a bigger channel, so let's go long here. It pushes up a bit, turns down, and I took it about there. Once that started to push down and heading for that stop, I took that trade there and got out of it down here or something. But there's bound to be traders going long there. We've had a channel down there, high or low, triggered them, came down, stopped them out. So I like that one. That was more of a gut feeling type, looking pretty good there. And then we had that nice failure. Second entry long, trapping some longs. Triggered them, came down, working lovely off that key entry point. Another nice trade. I like that. We've had a lot more than we've had on the ES today. Nothing on here. Well, nothing I've seen. It's not been a fantastic day, really, although we kind of like looking for... It's kind of nice to get in on days like this if you can, because, you know, if you take runners, this will usually do well on your runners. But there's no real setups, is there? A couple of pushes up, that may be possible, but I looked at that, but we're going short into support there, which I didn't like. But once it started working down, there's nothing here, there's nothing around here. There's nothing here. There's nothing really. Couple of legs up. You may have had a go at that. But I was waiting for a lower high, and we had one down here, but it's just too late then, to be honest with you. So big move down, but the best part of 100 points, but with no setup. So I don't think this is a reversal. For me personally, I think it's going to come down and break for these lows. If you look on the daily, this area down here is where there's going to be some stops on the daily. So I think there's a good chance of it getting down here. And how I've got my channel, I still like to see a test of the lows or retest of the lows. There's definitely this is kind of a bottoming pattern as well. So if it could get below here, I think it's going to launch, because there'll be long stops there, there'll be stops there, stops here, there'll be a lot of stops there. So if this does manage to get below this, I can see this having a good surge. So if I can get a decent setup here, I may even try and hold on. Excuse me. Okay, so a little channel with a break and a new high. There could also be a slightly wider channel. I could bring that out to there, that would fit. But just for now, I'm just going to leave it there as a break. So this is a natural first place for me after that break where it may bounce. But you never know, it could launch up. Nobody here from Wilson at all? I know he's not well at the moment, but he seems to have disappeared off there. Usually he'll drop me an email once in a while. But he seems to have just dropped off the face of the planet. I hope he's okay. I know he's been a bit poorly lately. He's had a few bouts of time off, so I hope it isn't serious. I don't think it is. it's a shame, really, just as he's really starting to do well. He's absolutely killing it, Wilson. And he deserves it as well. He's been battered and bruised as much as the next man. I know he's lost 3 or 4 lots of 20 accounts. I hate to think what that does to you. I've lost 20 accounts once. Well, I went down from 20 to 10, and that was a kick in the nuts enough. So I can't imagine losing 3 or 4 lots of 20. But he's doing really well now, and he deserves it. So that actually fits really nice as a single channel. So there is the possibility of this and an overshoot, but it continued down. So normally when it pushes down, comes back and goes down again a couple of times, you can extend that down to there, and it fits nice as a 2-tiered channel. So it's hard to say what's going to go on, but look, it's pretty much ranging, so that may be why. Are we sort of coming into that area again? We're in that area. Sorry, let's get rid. We're in this area at the moment where we're kind of bouncing. We come in, bounce. So maybe it's just that we're at this level. Wrong way. So, no, that was the right way, wasn't it? We know where 50% is up here somewhere. So this is not pushing up strong enough for me to feel like this is a reversal. We've had a break and a new high. We're struggling now. So I still believe this is likely to come down and retest these lows. It's just not pushing up like a strong channel. There's a little bit of liquidity. Well, there was. It's just taken them out. So there may have been a couple of stops around here, which is just remove that last one and that one there. So this will be interesting now. It's taken out anything below there. So channel break, new high. So I'll be looking for maybe a failure. Now there's always a possibility of a wider channel. We've had a 38% retracement, so I'm not sure about this. I'm going to put it to where it originally was, which is there. We've come from the bottom. We've come from the bottom there, so I do believe this is likely to come down to retest these lows. So there's going to be a ton of stops below here. So if I bring that out a bit, It's still working off there. It's only a first entry, so I wouldn't take it if I wanted it anyway. But I'm still thinking this bigger channel needs a retest. So I'm not getting involved in this. It's only a first entry anyway, and we could quite easily have a leg and a leg, and that would bring us out of it. So if that wasn't a break, the leg and a leg would definitely break this channel. So I'm hoping that triggers and then drops. As on the NQ, although this is not showing a break. It hasn't triggered that one on my chart. My gut feeling is this thing's going to drop like a stone. Yeah, someone on Thomas Wade's forum has took that short. Which I don't think's a bad trade. Break. 1, 2 pushes to a new high. I think this is coming down. So this is where I see this coming. So leg down, a couple of attempts to go higher. I'll be looking for something like that to continue short. So channel break, new high. I mean, even if it's not a break, even if you deem that is in there, this clearly is a break. So if this doesn't push up and continues down without pushing up, this thing's coming down for me. So that's sort of more confirmation that this thing doesn't even attempt to go up, or not until it gets down to this level. Possibly a second entry long there. I'd like to see that trigger. Trigger it and come down. He's gonna. So there's a long failure on the NQ there. Trouble is with that NQ, I can't see a break apart from here. So I wouldn't want to take that failure because with us having what looked like a break here, it may still attempt to push high. So it may break above this bar. Now, there's always a possibility that this is a bigger channel, in which case it may. But just for now, I'm going to leave it where I originally had it. Touching. And let's just play it by ear. I think the consistency rule on my fund of futures is 40% as well. So I was just thinking I'm up 530 for the day. If I took another trade, it could get me up to 800 or 900, but it's a 40% rule there, so that's okay for me. So channel down, one attempt to go higher, second attempt to go higher, possibly trapping some longs. But this looks like the first break out of this. So if I was looking at this channel by itself without the addition of the ES, I'd be thinking about looking for a higher low here. I wouldn't just take that, although it is a channel with a break and a new low and a bullish bar closed above the EMA. It's a little stacked here. So this bar here could get triggered and stopped out. If this does continue up, I'll extend this line out to here. Okay, so the beauty is we're a few ticks away from breaking these highs on the NQ. So this is still okay. This could just still come down. It could have a couple of attempts. I'd like to see that NQ break the high of this channel because I can't see a break just as yet, but we got like a little double top there, so... So, interesting. Push up, a little bit of sideways. So there is a higher low. I certainly won't be taking that. I wouldn't take that even if I thought that was in a channel. I'd want that down here somewhere, stem below that EMA. Definitely finding some resistance there. That is a second entry short. I can't just take that though. In case there is a bigger channel, it could still go up higher. I'd want the lower high below that EMA. That would indicate a leg up break, new high, and making a low from this. So I'm just going to have to sit and wait. So channel break, new high. I kind of thought this may trigger that and then come flushing down, but it hasn't. So maybe that is a wider channel. I mean, it's certainly feasible. There may be something wider. It's possible. Okay, let's give that the benefit of the doubt then. So, new high from there. Nothing I wouldn't take there. I wouldn't take that high low. It's a bit stacked. It's just that the top of it's just way too far up. Okay, folks, I'm just going to take a quick 5-minute break. I think my dog wants to go out. He's running around in circles here. There we go. Okay, so quick cup of tea. I'll make it and bring it up. So I'll be about 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, I haven't really missed much. So, how is this thing going to go? Is there a possibility of something wider? Got to give it a chance. So if this is a break, 1, 2 pushes up to a new high. You've got that as a spiking channel, have you? Let me have a look. Where have you got it from here, have you? That one there? Oh, not sure about that. Trouble is, it only touches twice there, really, to confirm as a channel. It's got to touch 3 times. It's hard to say. It may do. Because that looks like... I'm not sure about that. Let's put it back there. Let's see how that looks. I'm really not sure about this. I think it's as good as we've got at the moment. So, I'm not sure. I don't even like that. It just sort of... let me have a look. Let's see if anybody else has got any charts. They haven't really. They've just got that one on a break. Let's put that original one. My experience is, if you can't find one that you like the look of, get rid of it. Not sure about that. I'm just going to leave it like that for now. So we know we've got liquidity around here. It's not the great place to get in, but no. I can't see anything I like, really. Is this a full-out reversal? Who knows? What I will say at the moment is we've had a break. 1, 2 legs up. Measured legs. I'd say that second leg looks a bit bigger than the first. Yeah, it is. Anyway, 2 pushes up. Let's see what happens here. If this thing comes down a bit and goes up, then I will try and alter it. Maybe it will fit like that then. Is that what you meant, Jay? Something like that? Up until that break, that maybe didn't look terrible. That's probably what you meant, was it? Not sure about that. Do you know, I find now, instead of, sometimes I mess around so many times trying to get them done, and I think what I've noticed Mac does, if he's not sure, he just gets rid of it. If it doesn't seem to fit anywhere, probably might be because it kind of isn't, but it's just not very clear at the moment. See, Matt has got that right from the bottom, but I just don't like the look of it. It visually looks sharper than it is, steeper than it is, because we've got that initial push up, pull back and initial, so it looks kind of steeper than it is. So I don't even like that one. Yeah, broke higher spike. Yeah, it's hard to say really. So if I go from that bottom again, that's about... yeah, it looks like two steep channels as opposed to one not so steep, if you know what I mean. I suppose it's as good as we've got at the moment. Let's just make sure we get that measured move right if it is, which means we're not far off it now. So if we're this close, it may just pop above that if it's... well, there you go, and it does. Let's see if that gets to there. Is this thing going to keep going up? Okay, straight out the top to that measured move. Right to the nearest tick. It still blows my mind, that does. How accurate these damn things can be. So if I can adjust that a bit, maybe. Oh, I'll get lost. Keep that to the low. No, I can't accommodate for that, can I? So I took out any liquidity that may still be there. Mind you, surely if you had stops there, watching this thing go, you wouldn't wait for all that move to come back, would you? You'd make for a bit of a move, wouldn't you? So it might just be too sharper channels. If not, that's an overshoot. But do you know what I think? I would say it's like that. Two legs up, a pull back, and then something a bit sharper. I just can't see anything I like that fits. Funnily enough, someone's just put that on there now. When literally, 1 minute ago, so he's broke that down as well. It just doesn't look like one channel to me. I think one thing I've learned, if it doesn't look like a channel, get rid of it. That certainly does. No argument there. So what I can do actually is take that down a little bit lower there. But we've still broken that just. So let's put that on the lows of the day, which is more or less there. That's in the right place. That could come down a fraction. Well, they're near enough, but yeah, we're kind of in the ballpark there. A little bit of sideways. So after this push up, I would be surprised if this does come down, but it could do. What's the move there? So if I go down from here to the bottom, it doesn't really matter anyway. It's 50% thereabouts. Doesn't matter. Well, let's just do it the other way around, I think. Isn't it you're supposed to do it the other way around? I don't use this that much, see, so as you can probably tell. So it's come down 100%, come back. He's floating around the 50 at the moment. I wouldn't want to see it come much higher. On the NQ, we're coming up to the open now. I mean, this NQ's taken back 2/3 of that move. Me already. at least. Yeah, nearly 3/4. So I don't know. This is not going to come down now. Well, I'm not saying it can't, but this channel with a break, no, we've definitely already had a break. This isn't going to come down now. So let's have a look at this. We've already had a break from here, I'd say. So I'm going to put that there. Let's call that there, and then put that there. That looks okay to me. I'd say small break there, maybe. Small break. 1, 2 pushes down. It kind of does look like it's bottoming a little bit there, doesn't it? So perhaps that's it. Penguin may say 1 large leg down. No, possibly 2 legs of correction. The thing is, that's too much of a correction, really, to come back down. I'd like to see something like that and that, really, but that's gone too far. Another reason as well is it may only be like just over 50%, but it's near 75% of a pullback on that NQ. So if I go down from the highs of the day to the lows of the day, we're back to we're around about 70-75% pullback there. That's not a pullback from a channel like that, really. That's a reversal. Yeah, it's gone too far, really. I'd expect it's sort of, maybe sort of a leg and then a leg and then maybe down. It's just gone too far, I think. So channel break, new high. We could have a bit of a pullback here. Maybe it does turn into something wider, but it may be that this wider channel turns into something like that. I don't think this is going to fit. Certainly not yet. It just looks too steep for the channel. But there is a possibility of something that this may be larger, so maybe that's a leg up with a correction. Let's put that. Let's touch that with that bottom there and see how that pans out. Let's remove that. Measured move's done. So leg and a leg. If we get a leg down here, then this may continue on up. Out of that NQ. Fair. If we do the same. This is not a pullback. This is a strong move in the opposite direction. So a leg and a leg. Okay, so we got 2 legs back there. Let's see if we try. I'd like to trigger that, but I still won't want to take it. I'd want the higher low, really. So that bullish bar is now triggered. Let's see what happens here. If I bring that out there, how does it fit? It's hard to say, really. Let's put that back. I think that looks more like a break. So if you took that bullish bar, it triggered you. Come down. Let's have a look. bearish bar is now triggered, so the failure's triggered. There's a failure with a long trap there. If that pushes up above this, this is going to go higher, I think. It is 2 legs. That may be easy pickings for a quick grab of liquidity below there. Let me have a look at this. But if it does hold, it's a bit of a double trap there. Longs are in and the shorts are in. Let's see what happens. I'll be surprised if it doesn't break below there. Bounce, go on. This is going to flick down, I think. Yeah, thought as much. So there is a steep channel with a break in a new high. So just for now, I'm going to leave that like that. That is as much as I know. As far as I'm concerned, that's a nice fitting channel for me. With a break in a new high. So if it does continue up, then I will have a look at something a bit wider. But we had something very similar. We pushed up. We had something that almost looks identical, and eventually it went again. So it's weird, isn't it? Because that's a lot more steep than that. So putting the two together is a bit of an odd combination. I can't see how that would work. Yeah, I just don't like all this big vacant area. I mean, and if it is this, it could come down here. So just for now, I'm just going to bin that and just leave the channel with a break in a new high. 2 legs up. $55, yeah. Thomas Wade's put this eventually. He's got rid of the big channel. I mean, he's just done that. 55 right now. So he's just seen that as 2 legs. It's not a bigger channel. It just doesn't work. That's steeper than that. You can't match the two, really. And I think if it doesn't look right, it's not right. So he's got that like that. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I'll be really surprised if that comes down now. I mean, it could, but I'd be surprised. almost identical, these charts at the moment, the NQ and the S&P. Often so different, but they're almost identical. At quick glance, you'd hard push to tell the difference between the two. So, little channel, possible overshoot. There's still no way this fits. The only other option is if it starts from here and moves up. It doesn't make sense to me, that at the moment. See, Thomas Way's just drawn this. Let me have a look. He's drawn that like that as an overshoot. It's always possible, I suppose, that there is an overshoot, because often overshoots, we can either have a steeper correction, a full-out reversal, or sometimes it'll break out there and do a mirror image there and push up. I still don't like the look of it, but it could be that. It's just nothing. You can't trade this at the moment. There's nothing really here. There is a higher low there, but it's just gone too far, really. You don't know it's going to do that. Nothing here, really. There is a failure there, but it's sideways. We've got some support there, so you don't know whether it's going to trigger you and bounce, and then obviously it drops out the bottom. So hard to read the channels. Yeah, you're right, mate. I think was it Akitri mentioned that high low. I think that wasn't a bad call, to be honest with you. It's just hard because I've been adjusting this channel so many times. You don't know it's had a break, but it certainly could have done. So we had two pushes. I mean, that to me does look like it's bottoming. It's making multiple attempts. There's some uncertainty there. I thought we were going to have a break, couple of legs, and then come down. But once this thing took off there, I can't see it coming down. You know, we had that bit of a drop, but now it's higher than it was. This isn't indicating to me that it's coming down. Having said that, it doesn't mean it can't. But, you know, reference to a channel like that with a break, in most cases, they'll come down and retest the lows. But that didn't. It's just pushed up way too far from that now. It just, I can't see that. It won't come down as in, you know, a typical break. It's just gone too far. And if you look at the NQ, we're not far off now from the highs of the day. So the ES won't come down and the NQ will keep going up. Like they work together, really. It just doesn't happen. In fact, if you look at them like that, they're almost identical. We've got this little bit down there and a short bit there. But this last section, these three pushes, they're identical, really. But this isn't giving us an indication it's stopping. It's heading for the hills, that is. So there's no reason why this would do any different. Unfortunately, there's just nothing you can do. A couple of legs back maybe to go higher, but this thing's starting to launch in it. So we had overnight lows here. That's sliced straight through them. No issues there. It's going to be a hard trading day this today. I mean, we haven't had a lot of chop. It's relatively moved smooth, but it's a lot. There's a certain amount of randomness to it. You know, you kind of think as this pushes up, usually we make a bigger channel, but that just didn't fit. And then we find a smaller one, break new high, and then we have this other little channel which just drops and then reverses. I mean, it just popped. It just dropped out the bottom, and in the last sort of 15 minutes, we're up another 35 points. It's just, well, not even that. Where are we now? What's that? 457. So in the last 10 minutes, we've just shot up 35 points. You wouldn't predict that, would you? Quick 35-point move like that. It's a bit odd today. It's one of them days. If it came down, it'd be a separate downtrend. Yeah, agreed. It won't pull back now to make a new low from this. That's about as high as it wants to go, really. It could go a bit higher. We could have a leg pull back to here and a leg to here and then work down, but this has just gone back too far now, especially as we've pushed up and broken through these overnight lows. Yeah, it's hard to trade, really, because if we had a larger channel, you know, you could trade at the bottom of it. There's always the possibility that we have a couple of legs down, but it's not working nicely today, is it? It's not smoothly, and when we have days like this, yesterday wasn't brilliant either. Doesn't really fill you full of confidence, does it? You know, I think Mac describes them as multiple personalities. And sometimes it's like you've been out with someone you've known for years, and then all of a sudden it's like you're out with a complete stranger who's just doing random things. And those days you can get chopped up, really, because, you know, from 1 minute to the next, it's kind of changing. You know, there's no sort. I mean, we know it's going up, but we can't seem to find. I mean, there's a channel there. You could say there's two little ones, but that's okay. But now we're going sideways. So it's definitely an harder day to read today. NQ was okay earlier. That helped me out today. That was fitting nice. There's definitely a few trades there. There was a second entry short there, really, sort of a leg up. There's a trade you could have took. You may have took that one off that key entry point. Then we had the lower high doji, then a failure, second entry long triggered. I took that one, worked beautifully. And same again there, a couple of legs up. Wasn't the best looking signal bar, but I didn't take it there. I waited for it to push below that EMA and took it down there a bit. But the ES was looking really bearish. And when that started to work down there, I jumped in here. There was a long there, second entry long, stroke higher low triggered. There's going to be traders in there. And when it got below there, I was in and out quickly. So there's been a couple of trades on here. I don't know if you'd have taken that one. That one I think wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad. It's clearly a leg. I mean, it's where it's sitting right on that line. We pushed up quite strongly and then reverse, finished on its lows. I think that was okay. That was okay. Yeah, there's not a lot else really. And then nothing really. I wouldn't have taken that one. Maybe a higher low, because at the time I was a bit uncertain what we were doing on the ES, but I didn't know this. This was the kind of line in the sand that I'm thinking, is this going to alerts before news and so like alerts before news and everything. I've just got burnt so many times badly, Chala. I cannot trade when it's like this. Yeah, we all get that. We all get. How long you been trading? We all get that. You do learn eventually to stay out when it is like this. You know, sometimes you feel a bit inferior if you're not taking anything with such a smooth move, but then you might watch Mac this evening and he'll go, the expert traders, the professionals are staying out of this. So you do feel like it's moving. Look, I've got to get a trade here, but you know, the sensible thing to do is to just leave it, especially when it's not making any sense. Referring to the news indicator, I've got nothing at the moment, mate. Are you saying there is an indicator that gives you alerts before the news? Is that what you're saying to me? Because if that's the case, that would interest me. But yeah, you just... Yes. What is it then, mate? Spit it out. Come on. What is it, bud? I've been looking for something like that for a year or so. Something that gives you some kind of visual or a bleep. Mind you, I don't have my speakers on because my microphone's on. But if there's some sort of a visual thing that flashes or something, that would be good, mate. I traded for a year and a half since 2020. Took a 2-year break. Back for a month. But yeah. But I think a break's a good idea. I can't take credit. Someone else posted it. Don't matter, mate. Where's it come from? No, where'd you get it, mate? It doesn't matter who found it. Trade for a year and a half. Yeah, it's not easy. It does take time. It really does. One Dan and Marco moderate. Dan and Marco moderate. Dan and Marco moderate. Are you on about on the Facebook group? Yeah. Oh, I don't know about it. I wonder who's on about then. So somebody's posted it on the Facebook group. We'll have to have a look at that for sure. Where were we? Traded for a year and a half since. Yeah, it does take time. It's not easy, but just a bit ago. Oh, fantastic. Because I know everyone's had their news things have been playing up, haven't they? Yeah, it does take time, mate. But you do start to get there. You do understand it. I'm a million miles away from where I was a few years ago. But but it is a real journey that takes time. But it's a lovely feeling when you notice traps that you stay out of, and when you walk away. See, if I walk away from a 3-hour trading session without taking a trade, as far as I'm concerned, that's a pat on the back for me, because you've said to me, good on you, because some people can't sit there for 3 hours. I didn't used to be able to. I was itching to pull the trigger, but I can do it now, and I give myself a pat on the back, because I've done my job. I can't sort of make trades appear. You have to just sit here, and if one happens, take it. Hey, what is this? What have you done to me here? Take me to Mark Zuckerberg. Why can I see llamas? What am I looking at here? I've gone onto Mark Zuckerberg's Facebook page, yeah. What you've sent me here, mate. Let's have a look on the normal Facebook group. Anyway, last economic news indicator. I switched this one last month, okay. Oh, I've already got that one. I think that's the one you're on about. I've already got it, but it don't work brilliantly. Let's have a look. It's not that one. It's a different one. It's up to... Oh, is it really? Okay. So I've got to re-download it. That's it there. I've got to re-download the updated one. Yeah, let's apply that one. That's one I've got. It's never been that brilliant, so you can... I'll do that then. It's updated. Download, import, loaded up. Brilliant. I'll do that later. Excellent. Cheers, buddy. Yeah, I'll download it later. I need one, to be honest with you. Although I do go on to Forex Factory before I trade, just to have a double check. There was kind of two nice legs down there, and a small bar, but it was an inside bar. But I like the two moves down. I'd have wanted a stronger bar though. So let's see if this makes any sense. Cheers for that, Jay. I'll do that later, mate. I got to pop out at 7 tonight with my wife. Okay, that's starting to look a little better. Touch, and now we're touching in two places here. So that is starting to make a bit more sense. Yeah. We had a break, new high of that tight channel at the top, even if it wasn't inside bar. I was wary. Yeah, channel up break, new high 2 days back. If there is something larger though, which there probably is, we're clearly going up. You know, every time we make a low, it's higher than the previous one, and vice versa. So we're clearly working up at the moment. But yeah, sometimes if that had been a little bit more of a stem on there below there, that may have interested me, because I love the 2 legs back. But look how strong that pushed up. It pushed up 5-6 points quickly. And there is a higher low here. My only slight issue is, if this is a channel, there is a big vacant area that this could slip into. It's probably not a terrible trade. But I'm a little bit nervous about this. There is a little double top on that, on the NQ there. A leg up with a break. On 2 attempts to push up. I don't think I'd like to get caught in a long trade here. I'm not saying it won't work. There's something about this picture that doesn't fill me with it. You know, I tend to not have to think so much now. I can look at it and go, oh, I either like it or I don't. There could be 2 legs down, 2 legs up, but I'm just staying out of this because something is just telling me this is just to stay out of it. Especially if this is working up the midline, there is some vacancy here and a big open space here, so this could quite easily come down, so that is risky to me. It is a higher low. Oh no, someone said second entry long, I'm in. Second entry long. Oh, higher low. That's what he's talking about. That's risky, I think. But that's my personal opinion. There is a small range. Could be helpful to draw it here. It doesn't. It's not a very nice fitting one, really. I'm not sure about that. It's just more 2 legs down. Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily consider that a range. It's just 2 legs down and a leg up and a pull back. I think by the looks of this now, it's probably 2 legs down and 2 legs up, so that would have worked. But my issue is if this is working off this midline, there is some space here, so it did work. So let's have a look. Oh, Taylor took it as a higher low. Yeah, it's just channel break, new high, 2 legs back, 2 legs up. Anybody else take it? So yeah, Taylor took it. Yeah, he's not got it as a range. It's not really a range. Marco posted his chart. Marco, he did. Or has he? Oh, you mean on the Facebook group? Yeah, he only trades for 2 to 3 hours. So yeah, I just wasn't sure about that. But I think Taylor usually plays the numbers, and I think if you play the numbers, I think that's okay. 2 legs down, 2 legs up. Yeah, as it really is. Yeah, he's in and out quick, Marco. He does say, he has told me before, 3 hours, his brain's like a pile of mush. So let's have a look, see what he's taken. So he took that one. So, well, I say he doesn't take them all, he's marked them. So that one, I looked at that one, but it's just too far from the top for me. That one, we'd already had a break, a new low. I was on about going short into support. There was support across here, so I left that one. Yeah, he takes them a little bit low for me. A little bit far away, that one. Not sure about that one. Mind you, he doesn't take them all. He marks the ones he sees. So he's marked a high low there. Not sure about it. It's gone a bit too far for me. I don't know. Perhaps it's me being a bit too restrictive. Maybe. I don't know. Have a look at his channels. Yeah, he's got... Let's get it up again. I'll put it on my other screen. So let's pop it on there a minute. So he's gone from... So we got that initial push. He's gone from there, I think. Is that about right? Yes. So he's gone from there to there. I think I had it like that at some point, but I kept adjusting it. Yeah, so the issue is with that, you're looking for a new low there, so I did do that for quite a bit because I was talking about I like the way it finishes on the midline. We drop below it, push back in, drop below it, push back in, and same again. So that's initially how I had it because it was fitting nice in that tier there. But I adjusted it to give us a break when it didn't start to move back. So, yeah, in hindsight, that looks okay. So, excuse me, I did have it like that at a couple of points because I mentioned the way it was slipping out of this top tier and then pulled straight back in. But yeah, he's done and dusted. So there's not a huge amount of setups around. So he marked that one, didn't he? I didn't like that. That wasn't the support one. It's just so close to the lows. You've got no room to maneuver there. And not only that, we've had that push up. It could trigger you and push up to this sort of height before it comes down. And if you go a tick below there, you've got nothing to the lows. There's a 1.25. You'd have got a point at a squeeze, so I wouldn't have taken that one. You want to be out before the lows, really, but if you take that, let's say a point below, you're going to get a point, really, before those lows. So that's kind of what I was thinking there. This one, we got a lot of support. After this channel with a break, 2 pushes down, new low, it could reverse back up into this range a bit. So that's another reason why I left that. There was a hidden second entry short there. That wasn't terrible, I don't think. But there's not been a huge amount. Marco does... He doesn't just mark trades he takes. He marks trades he sees as well. So in hindsight, when you can see these trades work, it's kind of easy to mark them. And that's the issue I've always had with Mac. It's not really an issue, but that's the thing I've always thought. Mac will mark the chart after the fact. But in real, he says there's maybe a dozen, 15 high probability trades. He says in the past that he only takes 2 to 3 trades a day. So there really isn't that many. But after the fact, it's very easy to go, yeah, there's a failure there. I took that one because I know it worked. So when you know a trade worked, it's very easy to mark it. But in hindsight, in real time, you don't know it's going to do a certain thing. So you have to just judge it on what you're seeing. And that's where, like Mac will say, pick the best of the best. So although he marks all those trades, I think it's important for sort of newer traders to not be thinking, why is Mac seeing 15 high probability trades a day and I'm struggling? So I think it's important to remember, although Mac does mark those, he has told us in the past, he only takes 2 to 3 trades a day. So in real time, you don't know what it's going to do. You have to sort of base your decision on, you've got to make a judgment call on what you've seen at the time. So, any newer traders and seeing Mac see that many, that's not how many he's taking. After the fact, we can all mark a lot more. So just keep that in mind. Don't feel like why am I not seeing all these? You can't see them in real time. You only have to take the obvious ones. But if you're trading 1 or 2 trades a day, you're right on par with what you should be doing. Even Brandt mentioned earlier, he hadn't taken anything in all this. And it's just, although, it's kind of nice to find a trend because, sometimes trends can help you if you get into a poor position. You're less likely to get stopped out if you take a trade in a trend, as long as you're going in that direction. But, just keeping in mind that there's not a lot of trades around. 1 or 2 a day. Some days I don't do any. I've took 2 today on the NQ. I don't often take 2 trades in a day. Usually 1, I think, is my average. But it's just hard to read all this. You don't know whether it's going to come down and retest these. You're expecting it to. But then, we couldn't get a nice looking channel for a while. So you start to, what am I doing? Is this right? I don't like the feel of it. And some days we can have this massive move down, 100 points down, 100 points up, and find barely any setups. But it doesn't matter. If you can get 1 setup a day for 2 points, you can make a ton of money. I think it's important, just remember, just to try and find yourself 1 setup a day. Wait for a good one and take it, just commit. But obviously when you're newer and you're on a sim, like Max says, anything that looks like is a setup, you've got to take it because that's how you learn, really. It's setups. It's not so much. The setup really is the minor part to it. The context is everything. You can have the best looking second entry long in the world. If the context's crap, it's not going to work. So ultimately, context is everything. That's the bit where you need the experience. You can teach someone what a second entry long is in 5 minutes, but applying it to the correct context, that's what takes the years of practice and looking at the charts, seeing how they move and understanding what's going on. I can tell a big difference from when I started. I got a fair idea where price goes, how it works, where it's likely to go. He didn't draw the large uptrend channel, so I think that's why. You can take the 2 legs back up. Yeah. When that fitted at the top, I've put that there. I'm still not a massive fan of it, but what I will say is we're obviously clearly going up. But whether I remove that or not, we're still looking for longs somehow. So, in fact, there could even be like a spike in a channel there. It actually fits, doesn't it? So although we're going up, there's a lot of randomness to the day, so I actually don't think that looks that bad. Your trend channel is hitting really nice off the midline. Let's have a look. So if we go from there to there, yeah, it's that I had that a minute ago. It was kind of working. It could be that there is a bigger channel there, but obviously we got to trade it on these individual ones, haven't we? But yeah, it's not fitting terrible. Now we've had this top part here, but before this it just didn't work. But we could bounce at the top now, come down to here, bounce at the top, come down to here. It'll look beautiful by the end of the day. In fact, 1 minute ago, Thomas Wade's just posted that. So he's put that now. When you get this second top, it looks better. But before that top, before we had that, it just didn't look right to me because of this. But now we've had that top, it's working okay. So, yeah, it's something along those lines. It's clearly working up. But no, I've not taken it. I've taken 2 trades. I've had 2 nice winners. I'm up $530 on me, my funny futures PA. So this has been okay today. It's been a little bit easier to read today. This one. In fact, what does a bigger channel look like there? Yeah, that actually looks a little better, doesn't it? Maybe because I've got it squeezed a bit. Yeah, this still looks a bit neater. Strangely enough, they're almost identical, but I prefer the look of this on the NQ to the ES. I can't tell you why. Maybe it's just a bit messy, but this visually looks better. This looks a bit too sharp of moves for this not so sharp channel, so I don't know. A lot of this is subjective, so it's not easy sometimes, but as long as you've roughly got it right, or we know we're looking for longs at the moment. It's a shame, really, we didn't have a stem going below there, because I'd have taken that. I love that two legs pullback. If we'd have had a stem, it might have bounced off that midline. That'd have been worth a trade, I think. Channel break, new high, 2 lovely legs back. There's going to be some shorts in there, and as that pushes up straight, takes them all out. There will be some shorts in there, but ultimately we're moving up, so it's the wrong direction to be taking trades. But I love these little 2 legs. I see Matt mark these all the time when we've got a better signal bar. It was more of an inside bar there, so but he marks these little 2 leg moves all the time second entry long. Took that on the NQ and it worked. Did you really? Let's have a look. Yeah, it was better there. It didn't look as nice, but it was a better signal bar and it broke below there. But I love that little two-legged move like that. They're really reliable, them. Start watching them. Just earmark whenever you see one whether it works, but so many times they work well. So, and on that note, I'm going to do a disappearing act, folks. Now it's quite slow now, isn't it? How long I've been trading for? Just over 3 hours. I usually do 3 hours. My Guardian Angel trader won't let me trade after 6 o'clock anyway, so I usually just do 3 hours maximum. So there you go. It's been a slow day on the ES. Nice on the NQ. It could be crap for the rest of the day, but when you're up on a chart for the day, you consider it as a good day. So there we go. So I'm going to love you and leave you. I'm trading the MNQ 1000 tick, and it's much better market structure. Have a look. I'll have a look later, but I'm just going to go. I've got to pop out my wife today. We're going out for dinner at 7 o'clock. So I won't hang around, but I'll have a look later, mate. There's the micros in it. I never traded the micros, but to be honest with you, you just presented a lot of issues with Mac. No, not issues. No, not issues. Just no. I mean, look, I think Mac's an absolutely golden guy. I think what he charges is a tiny amount, and I've recommended him many times. No, they're not issues. All I say is he shows a lot of high probability trades in a day, and for newer traders, you can see that and think, why am I not seeing that many? You know what I mean? Why am I not seeing that many trades in a day? No, I don't have any issues with Mac at all. What he's done for me is brilliant. It's just more of an observation. But you forget that Mac's been doing it for years, and he knows these inside and out. Back, look at that nice little move there. He knows these inside. But no. I have no issues with Mac at all. In fact, I'm planning to put a little link to his website. I'm building a website at the moment. No, it's just an observation of the amount of trades he puts. And sometimes, I know when I started and I saw those, I kept thinking to myself, why can I not see that many high probability trades in a day? But no, it's not a gripe. Do you know something? Let me just look at this channel up there. Could be a second entry long here. I'm just going to get an order submitted here.
Order submitted.
Yeah, okay. So, oh no. Got in and it's turned straight on me. It's all right. I've done it on my other chart. I'm going to give that just a little bit more space behind that bigger bar. 2 legs back. See what happens here. I've taken it on this other chart. It's a better bar, really. But there we go. See what happens. May get me here. Yeah, I've took it on this chart here. 2 legs back, little bullish bar. And it's going to get me, I think. That's fine. Leg and a leg. That might be a bit better. See what happens. Leg and a leg. So that's not looking too bad.
Target filled.
250 times 5. Beautiful. Okay, lovely. leg and a leg. I had mine below there. Look, the safer bet. So there you go. Yeah, don't think that I have an issues with Mac when I talk about that. Not at all, mate. Not at all. And I've said this from day one. What Mac's done for me is give me a golden opportunity to trade to change my life for the measly sum of $125 a year, which I think is, I feel like I'm robbing him, to be honest with you. There may be a higher low here even. I feel like I'm robbing him. So no, it's not a gripe. It's just an observation, because I used to see him. Karina, how you doing? I used to see him taking all these trades, marking 10 or 15 high probability trades a day, and it used to frustrate me, because I remember saying to myself, why am I not seeing all these? And then eventually he mentioned, I emailed him about it. He said he only takes 1 to 2 trades a day. So although you see all these trades, it doesn't necessarily mean, there are that many to take in real time. You haven't got it. You just can't do that. And I think for sometimes newer traders probably don't realise that and feel sort of the same way I did. But so I'm glad I held on for a few more minutes, because that worked out okay. 2 nice little legs back. I actually took it on the on this other chart here. It looked a bit better on the other chart, but it didn't look much different here, to be fair. So there you go. It's just gonna. There was a higher low there, but we're already at these highs. So it's just. Let's have a look. Okay. Taylor took it. What did he take? Which one did Taylor take? I can't say now. Did he take this one? Oh no, I'm looking at something different, I think. So yeah, thanks for that. I'll have a look at that on the Facebook group later. So apparently there is, if anyone's interested, there's a new, in fact, I'll tell you what, I'll just get it up. There's the what's it's been updated. Where is it? Yeah, here we go. This one. I switched this one last month. Been working flawlessly. So I've had that before. Apparently it's been updated. So have a look on that and download that, because at the moment, for some reason, is the one I got from Mac about 3 years ago has stopped working. It still works on his channel, I've noticed, but I'm not quite sure why. But it's happening to a lot of people. I'm surprised, as I thought he might have mentioned it in his videos. I dare say someone will have mentioned it, but I don't know. So there you go. I'm done for the day, folks. So I appreciate you hooking up to me. So it's been quite a productive day, really. On my 5 PAs with Apex, I'm up 1,210 and 530 on my funded future. So it's been a productive day, actually. My patience seems to have been around about the right level, which is good. And I'm glad I left that. I'm glad I left that ILO there, because we're already at the highs, so you never know where it's going to go. So there you go. So I appreciate you hooking up for me. Just keep it in mind that 80% off finishes at midnight Eastern time tonight. So just keep that in mind. My code's up there, UKFT. If you use it or have used it in the past, it's appreciated. So it'd be interesting to see what they do, whether they extend it. It'd be nice to see something new for a change. Buy 2, get 1 free, something like that. Just introduce something a bit new. Okay. One of my things is still going. It has closed out though on Rhythmic, so let's just disconnect that. Connect it back. Okay, so there you go. I'm going to leave you to it, folks. So I appreciate you hooking up with me. Have a great evening. If you carry on trading, best of luck. One question: are you still using Trade Copier? Yes, bud. I use. Why is this? Oh, it's okay. It's just reset itself because of I just disconnected it. One of them was still what's it. So yes, I still use Replicanto. To be honest with you, it's the best there is. It works flawless with me. I have no issues with it all, so I can fully recommend it. There is a 20% off. You can see on the bottom of my thing, UK FT20 if you want it, but you have several accounts. I need it. It's a fantastic bit of software. Don't take my word for it. That's appreciated, Clay. But don't take my word for it. Talk to. But I've been using this now for over a year, and it just works. I've had no issues with it. You get regular updates. We had an update less than a week ago. But yeah, it's spot on, mate. I have no problems with it. So there you go. If you're carrying on trading, best of luck. I hope you get something. It's not been the easiest day today, so I wouldn't be too hard on yourself if you haven't taken anything. It has been a little bit tricky, although we've had these moves. It's been a bit tricky. So let's call that a triple test. It's not been the easiest days. So triple test is plus 2.5 points. 2.5 points. I'm hoping Max shows us more of his trays. He did say he was going to show us some more trays. There is a possible second entry long there. But that is slightly inside, but it's working. But I'm done anyway. I've got to get ready and go out. So best of luck. Have a great day. Have a good evening. Stay safe. And I'll be back tomorrow, Thursday. I can't believe another week's nearly gone already. So best of luck to you. And we'll catch up tomorrow. Bye for now.